What is up, crypto community? Welcome back to another video. I want to talk about a PowerPoint from Goldman Sachs talking about Circle, USDC, Ripple, and Coinbase. Another massive feature. I know my video earlier today, 6 hours ago, said the biggest update to the XRP Ledger yet. And I would say that still is true, but this is still another massive update to the XRP Ledger. It was just approved today. And then people are talking about this all over Twitter. So this is breaking news from today. 3 U.S. troops killed in a drone attack in Jordan. At least 24 injured, and people are now speculating what is going on. Are we going to see a World War III? Who knows? But stuff's really starting to shake up over in the Middle East and surrounding areas. Really quick, guys, if you need a spot to get XRP or other cryptos, I recommend Uphold. It's sleek, it's simple, it's secure, and it's where I dollar cost average and get my XRP daily. You can find a link to Uphold in the video description below. And I featured this tweet in my video 6 hours ago. It looked just like this tweet, but it was from 6 hours ago. This one just came out, and it's a perfect rejection of this resistance, now resistance. It was a support for the past 6 months. You can see that the support broke down. When you have supports that break down, the market likes to retest that line and see, hey, was this just a mistake in the market? Or is this what used to be a support? See, bouncing off this line. And then it breaks down and it retests that. And you can see it perfectly, just taps it. And it looks like it's rejecting. And in this chart, it's 42.2K. At the time of making this video, if I pull this up right now, Bitcoin is at 41.8K. And on the daily, it's bouncing off the 30-day moving average. So I love when charts act the way they should. They don't always, but it is beautiful to see rejections just like this, because it does go to show that there are some patterns that you can recognize in the markets. But hey, at the end of the day, no one can be a wizard with this stuff. You never know when a market maker with billions of dollars is just going to dump on you. So if you're a trader, be very careful. I'm not a trader. I don't recommend trading. It's super risky. Guys, this is the leader of the Western world. Politics aside, I don't care if you're conservative. I don't care if you're liberal. Personally, I think there's an issue with having those labels. Talk to me about illegal immigration. Talk to me about your thoughts on gun rights. Talk to me about your thoughts on abortion. We need to get back to a system of society where we talk about issues, not labels. But look at Joe Biden here and listen to him.
Asylum officers. And over 100 cutting-edge inspection machines to help detect and stop fentanyl coming out of our southwest.
Pathetic. This is the leader of the Western world. He can't even speak a sentence. And a lot of people say Trump is an idiot, and I can get why people would believe that. But at the end of the day, how can you defend a leader of your country? How can you expect them to be making rational decisions when their brain can't even formulate sentences without messing up? Absolutely pathetic. Days like this, I'm embarrassed to be an American. And is Ripple's job vacancy post the first step towards an XRP ETF launch? Also, guys, if you like daily crypto news updates without the clickbait BS, I try and every day find the best information I can, bring it all to you in a condensed 10-minute video. Subscribe, it really does support the channel, and it's free. And tomorrow, if you change your mind and you don't like my videos, you can always unsubscribe. So someone on Twitter by the name of Good Morning Crypto found this on the Ripple website. Ripple is looking for a senior business development manager. So any of my business development people out there, you like XRP, maybe go work for institutional DeFi at Ripple. The interesting thing about this job posting is the key responsibilities. Drive cryptocurrencies related ETFs initiatives with internal trading teams and relevant partners. So there's been lots of speculation. When are we getting this XRP ETF? And it's not an if. I don't have a date for it. I wish I could tell you what the price of XRP would be at the end of the year. I wish I could tell you when an XRP ETF is approved. I do think it will not happen this year, but I think by the end of next year, 2025, we see Ethereum ETFs, we see an XRP ETF, because these Bitcoin ETFs are opening the floodgates, and I do believe that they're going to be even more successful than they already have been. But maybe I'm wrong, guys, because Deutsche Bank is asking questions. They are asking questions. They put a survey out. They asked 2,000 people in the US, the UK, and the Eurozone what they thought about Bitcoin's price towards the end of the year. And you can see the majority of people, not the majority, but the largest percentage of people think that Bitcoin will be under 20,000 by the end of the year. A lot of people believe in the markets when the majority of people are thinking one thing, the opposite happens. And throughout history, that has happened a lot. But I just found this study interesting. It would be pretty important, though, to see who are these 2,000 individuals. If you're just asking regular people who aren't in crypto, who don't really believe in the vision of it, I could understand why they would say Bitcoin's a failure. Well, I'm super into crypto, and I'll tell you Bitcoin's a failure. I mean, just read the white paper. Who's using it for peer-to-peer money? It's digital gold, right? But yeah, I found that study interesting. So let's talk about this XRP Ledger feature. It's called the clawback feature. Let me tell you why it's important. So it passed the critical 80% voting threshold, known as XLS 39. It got support from 30 out of 35 validators, and in about 2 weeks, it will go into effect. Why is this important? The clawback feature, a brainchild of RippleX, the developer arm of Ripple Labs, introduced last October, marks a significant leap in the empowerment of token issuers. Right, so when we're talking about CBDCs and these governments potentially issuing CBDCs on the XRP ledger, this gives them power, which for the people, that's a whole other conversation if it's positive or negative. But when we're talking about governments, what does govern mean? It means to control. They want to be able to control the money. I know the ethos of crypto is to free the people, put the money back to the people. I would love for that to happen, but we got to be realistic here. These central bankers are not just going to give all the power to us on a silver platter. And the clawback feature is a larger incentive for them to work on the XRP ledger. So the clawback feature confers the ability to retract tokens post-distribution under certain conditions, thereby mitigating risks associated with fraud, inadvertent token distribution, or compliance with regulatory edicts. This feature is optional, granting issuers the discretion to implement it based on their operational requisites and legal frameworks. Central to the clawback feature is its interaction with trust lines. It introduces a flag within trust lines, signaling to users whether the token issuer reserves the right to enact it. So at least there's some transparency. You will know if the token that you're interacting with that has been issued has this clawback feature. It would be very shady if you could not see if there was a clawback feature or not. So why does this have any implication for CBDCs and stablecoins? So the clawback feature, it's not merely a technical update. It represents a strategic enhancement that significantly bolsters the blockchain's appeal as a platform for CBDCs and stablecoins. Banks and financial institutions contemplating the issuance of CBDCs on a public ledger can now do so with enhanced assurance, courtesy of the control and security provisions afforded by the clawback feature. Furthermore, the presence of the clawback feature enhances the blockchain's attractiveness to stablecoin issues. Firms like Circle, behind mainstream stablecoins such as USDC, might find their enhanced security and issuer control offered by the clawback feature conducive to issuing the stablecoins on the XRPL. So if I had to say altogether, not a big fan of the clawback feature. It is sparking a little bit of an argument in the XRP community. But when you think about CBDCs and stablecoin issuers, this company I just told you, Circle, the ones that issue USDC, their biggest investor is BlackRock, right? The fourth branch of the U.S. government, $10 trillion, the biggest hedge fund in the world. So you got to put yourself in the shoes of the governments and companies like BlackRock. They're not going to give us the power. They want control. But on the bright side, look at the glass half full. It makes it more of an incentive to build an XRP ledger because it gives them a little bit more assurance that if something goes wrong, they have a little bit more control. A great find here from, I think, Edward Farina. So this is the opportunity in payments. It's from a Goldman Sachs investment banking division document titled How Digital Assets Transform Financial Infrastructure Space. They talk about Circle. They talk about Coinbase. I'm here because they talk about Ripple. They say banks join RippleNet to process cross-border payments in real time. In real time with end-to-end tracking and certainty. Available in 55 countries across 6 continents. We need to get to Antarctica quick. RippleNet makes it easy to connect and transact across a robust network of financial institutions. With RippleNet, financial institutions can expand payment offerings into new markets that are otherwise difficult or expensive to reach. And then some of the benefits. New revenue. They can meet customer demands for global reach with ease. Lower costs. Ripple reduces total cross-border transaction costs with fewer liquidity requirements. One integration point. Plug in once to transact with any other RippleNet member in a consistent experience, kind of like the one-point integration. These central banks don't want to be working with a bunch of different platforms. They want a one-stop shop, and Ripple offers them that with the XRP Ledger and the private XRP Ledger, specifically for CBDCs. Let's see what else we have here. So this is Ray Dalio, legendary investor, talking about the U.S. being at an inflection point with its concerning national debt, and it just makes me more bullish altogether on crypto.
The longer term is that we are at a point in which we are borrowing money to pay debt service. And there is a process by which when you keep having debt growth faster than income growth, then that means that you have debt service encroaching on your spending. That's the same for the government as it is for us. And as that happens, and you want to keep spending at the same level, there is the need to get more and more into debt. And the way that works, it's like it accelerates. We are at the point of that acceleration, which creates the supply-demand problem. And it's made worse by the other issues that we're talking about. The internal political issue, the internal social conflict issue there is something that is affecting foreign demand for bonds. For about 40% of our debt is sold to foreigners. And so there is a concern of the American politics, of the controlling of this debt crisis, and these types of things. So we come back to the same basic question. How strong are we going to be? When we talk about strong, what I mean is also economically strong. And economically strong means financially strong. That means it's just a basic thing. Financially strong means, do you earn more than you spend? And do you have a good income statement as a country? Do we have a good income statement? And do we have a good balance sheet? More assets than we have liabilities. The worse that gets, the more we are going to have that long-term problem. And it's just, you can see it in the numbers. It's just a matter of numbers. We are near that inflection point.
Guys, thanks for watching today's video. Appreciate the support on the channel. Hope you have a great start to your week tomorrow. And until next time, my friends.